The world we live on is still a planet shaped by dinosaurs. They never truly disappeared. Instead, they adapted. Today, we call them birds, and they have successfully conquered nearly every ecosystem on Earth. From scorching deserts to dense rainforests, from open oceans to frozen mountain ranges, birds have learned how to survive almost everywhere. Most people think of birds mainly as creatures of the sky, famous for their ability to fly. But flight is only one part of their success. Modern birds dominate the land, the air, and even parts of the water. Even though these living dinosaurs are far smaller and less terrifying than their prehistoric ancestors, that does not mean they are harmless. While the majority of bird species pose no danger to people, there are a few that possess incredible strength, speed, or unusual adaptations that can make them deadly under the right circumstances. Some of these birds are capable of inflicting serious injuries, and a handful have even been responsible for human deaths. Today, we're going to take a closer look at 5 of the most dangerous birds on the planet and explore what makes them so formidable. We'll begin in Africa with a bird that needs no introduction, the ostrich. When people think of large birds, the ostrich is usually the first to come to mind. There are actually 2 species of ostrich alive today, the Somali ostrich and the common ostrich. For the purpose of this video, we'll focus on the common ostrich as it is the larger and more widespread of the 2. Ostriches belong to a group of flightless birds known as ratites, which also includes animals like emus, rheas, and kiwis. Among all of them, the ostrich stands above the rest. It is the largest living bird on Earth, capable of reaching heights of nearly 9 feet and weighing well over 300 pounds. Seeing one up close makes it immediately clear just how massive and powerful these birds are. Ostriches are typically found in open, semi-arid regions such as savannas and grasslands. Their bodies are perfectly adapted for life in these environments. They have long eyelashes that protect their eyes from blowing sand, and their powerful legs allow them to travel long distances with ease. Ostriches can survive for weeks without drinking water, relying instead on moisture obtained from the plants and small animals they consume. Their diet mainly consists of plant matter, but they will also eat insects, lizards, and other small creatures when available. Despite their size, ostriches are not particularly intelligent. There's a well-known saying that an ostrich's eyes are larger than its brain, and while that's a bit of an exaggeration, it does reflect their limited problem-solving ability. However, what ostriches lack in intelligence, they more than make up for in athleticism. Their legs are incredibly powerful, built for speed rather than flight. Ostriches can run at speeds approaching 45 miles per hour, making them one of the fastest animals on 2 legs. Each stride can cover an astonishing distance, allowing them to outrun most predators. Those same legs are what make the ostrich so dangerous. An ostrich kick is strong enough to break bones, rupture organs, and in extreme cases, kill a human. The force behind a single strike is immense. Although attacks on people are rare, they tend to occur when ostriches feel cornered or threatened, especially during breeding season. One famous incident involved musician Johnny Cash, who was attacked by a male ostrich on his farm. Despite being armed with a long stick, Cash was unable to defend himself. The ostrich managed to land a powerful kick, breaking ribs and causing serious injuries before being driven away. Cash later admitted that he was fortunate to survive the encounter. Stories like this show that even animals we don't normally view as predators can be extremely dangerous under the right conditions. Next, we travel to the dense rainforests of Central and South America to encounter one of the most powerful birds of prey in the world, the harpy eagle. This massive raptor is widely regarded as the strongest eagle alive today. Harpy eagles thrive in thick tropical forests where tall trees provide ideal nesting sites and hunting opportunities. Unlike many other large birds of prey, harpy eagles tend to nest relatively low in the canopy, allowing them to launch surprise attacks on animals below. Harpy eagles mainly hunt tree-dwelling mammals such as monkeys and sloths, though they will target almost any animal smaller than themselves. To subdue prey of this size, they rely on their most impressive weapon, their talons. Harpy eagle talons are the largest of any living eagle and are strong enough to crush bones instantly. One grip is often enough to kill prey on impact. Another unusual feature of the harpy eagle is the arrangement of feathers around its face. These feathers form a facial disc, similar to what you would see on an owl. This structure helps funnel sound toward the bird's ears, giving it extremely sharp hearing. Combined with eyesight believed to be several times more powerful than that of humans, the harpy eagle is an incredibly efficient hunter. Harpy eagles are monogamous birds that mate for life, and they invest a great deal of time and energy into raising their young. Because of this, they are highly protective of their nests. While attacks on humans are extremely rare, they can happen if someone gets too close. In one documented case, a filmmaker attempting to place a camera near a harpy eagle nest was attacked. The bird swooped down with such force that it nearly knocked him unconscious, damaging his equipment in the process. Although the man survived, the encounter highlighted just how dangerous these birds can be when defending their territory. Our third dangerous bird takes us to mountainous regions across parts of Europe, Africa, and Asia, where we find the bearded vulture. This species is one of the most unusual birds in the world and stands apart from most other vultures. While the majority of vultures feed on decaying flesh, the bearded vulture has an almost entirely different diet. Up to 90% of its food consists of bones. Feeding on bones might seem impossible, but the bearded vulture is perfectly adapted for it. When the bird encounters bones too large to swallow, it carries them high into the air and drops them onto rocks below. This behavior shatters the bones into smaller pieces that can be eaten more easily. The bird uses the same technique on animals like tortoises, dropping them from great heights to crack their shells open. Once swallowed, the bones are processed by extremely acidic stomach acid, with a pH level so low that bones can be dissolved in less than a day. This allows the bearded vulture to extract nutrients that most other animals cannot access. Despite its fearsome reputation in folklore, the bearded vulture is rarely aggressive toward humans. However, its bone-dropping behavior can be dangerous. There is a famous ancient story involving the Greek playwright Aeschylus, who was supposedly killed when a large bird dropped a tortoise onto his bald scalp, mistaking his bald scalp for a rock. While historians debate the accuracy of the tale, it remains one of the most well-known examples of how this unique hunting technique could pose a threat. Beyond mythology, the bearded vulture has faced serious threats from human activity, including poisoning and habitat loss. Once widespread across Europe, its population declined drastically, though conservation efforts are slowly helping it recover. For our next species, we move to the tropical forests of New Guinea and northern Australia, home to one of the most infamous birds in the world, the cassowary. There are 3 species of cassowary alive today, but the largest and most dangerous is the southern cassowary. These birds are closely related to ostriches and emus and share many of the same physical traits, including powerful legs and an inability to fly. Cassowaries are instantly recognizable by their bright blue necks, black feathers, and the large helmet-like structure on top of their heads, known as a casque. The exact purpose of this casque is still debated, but it may help the bird navigate through dense vegetation or regulate body temperature. One interesting aspect of cassowary behavior is their approach to parenting. After mating, the female lays her eggs and then abandons them. From that point on, the male takes full responsibility for incubating the eggs and raising the chicks. As the young grow, they feed primarily on fallen fruits, making cassowaries extremely important seed dispersers in their ecosystems. They will also eat small animals and, strangely, sometimes consume their own droppings, which still contain partially digested fruit. Cassowaries are often labeled as the most dangerous birds on Earth, and for good reason. In addition to their powerful kicks, cassowaries possess a long, dagger-like claw on each foot. This claw can inflict deep, life-threatening wounds with a single strike. While cassowaries generally avoid humans, they can become aggressive if they feel threatened or are protecting their young. At least 2 human deaths have been attributed to cassowary attacks, including one involving a man who kept the bird as a pet. These incidents serve as a reminder that wild animals, no matter how beautiful, should always be respected from a distance. Finally, we remain in New Guinea to examine one of the most unique birds on this list, the hooded pitahui. At first glance, this bird does not appear dangerous at all. It is relatively small, reaching lengths of around 9 inches, and has a bright, attractive appearance. Under normal circumstances, the hooded pitahui poses no threat to humans. However, this bird hides a deadly secret. The hooded pitahui is one of the only known poisonous birds in the world. Its feathers, skin, and muscles contain a powerful toxin known as batrotoxin. This substance can cause paralysis, heart failure, and even death if ingested. The bird itself does not produce the toxin. Instead, it acquires it through its diet, feeding on toxic insects, particularly certain beetles. Interestingly, the same toxin is found in some species of poison dart frogs. Both animals have evolved resistance to the poison, allowing them to store it in their bodies without harm. While humans are unlikely to be poisoned unless they attempt to handle or eat the bird, the pitahui serves as a rare example of chemical defense in birds. Its bright coloration acts as a warning to predators, signaling that it is not a safe meal. These 5 species demonstrate that birds are far more than delicate creatures of the sky. They are powerful, adaptable animals with a wide range of defenses and hunting strategies. While attacks on humans are rare, respecting wildlife and keeping a safe distance is always the best approach. Even the most beautiful creatures can be dangerous when threatened. If you know of any other birds that deserve a place on this list, feel free to share your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious.